My name is Laura Hirsbrunner, and my informative speech is titled The Truth About Caffeine, and my target audience is going to be our class or college students and adults. As college students, we try to juggle so many things. We have school, work, our families, and it's a miracle that we can even fit it all in a day. So what do? We wake up in the morning and we're dragging. We grab that cup of coffee or we sip through that soda pop. Let's admit it, we love our caffeine. So what is caffeine? Well, caffeine's a natural ingredient that you can find in all sorts of things. It's in coffee beans, cocoa beans, some nuts, soda, and even some medications. It's a stimulant. It makes us feel good. It gives us energy. It makes us alert, helps us focus, and helps us concentrate. All things that college students need. The Food and Drug Administration has stated that 90% of people consume some sort of caffeine at least once a day. And in the US, 80% of us consume at least 200 milligrams of caffeine a day. That's the same as 2 cups of coffee or 4 sodas. So if it's so good, why do people say to stay away from it and not drink so much? Well, it also has some bad side effects. Some of these, according to the Mayo Clinic, are dizziness, headaches, feeling jittery, also not being able to go to sleep. It also has increased heart rate and increased blood pressure, and a lot of times people can become dependent upon it. So what exactly does becoming dependent mean? How would you know? Well, have you ever heard anybody that says they can't function without their soda or their coffee? Well, they've become tolerant to it, meaning that they no longer are feeling those effects, but they do need it to be able to get through the day. And if they don't, they'll have other effects such as irritability and extremely bad headaches. They may even suffer from depression. Those are all things that they try to avoid, so in turn, they need to have their caffeine in order to not have those effects. So what is the right amount that we should have? Well, according to the Food and Drug Administration, they say that doctors recommend that you have between 100 and 200 milligrams to be safe. That's about 1 to 2 cups of coffee. Well, then what about the rest of us that are taking 6 cups of coffee a day just to function? What do? What if we are wanting to cut back or we just don't want to have it in our diet at all? Well, the Mayo Clinic has given us some suggestions. The first thing would be to actually write down what we are consuming. Caffeine's in so many different products that you really do need to write it down. And I would decrease gradually. You definitely don't want to be cutting it out cold turkey. Just back off a little bit at a time. The next thing is you could switch to decaffeinated products. And you need to make sure that if you are brewing tea, you can cut back on the brewing time so that it's not quite so concentrated. And heck, worst case, the side effects only last for a couple days, right? In conclusion, maybe think twice before you have that extra cup of coffee. There's a saying that says, I'm waiting to see if my cup of coffee is going to be used for good or evil. Meaning, is it going to have positive effects or negative effects on me? So decide if you really need it and is it worth some of the effects that it may have on you. Thank you.